from 0 to 60 in 5.4 seconds. Okay, let's do a quick pull, full throttle. And not sure why that is moving, but okay. What's up guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Kevin, and today we have a 2020 Lincoln Navigator. So without further ado, let's get started. So as usual, I will go over the exterior of the car, and then I'll go to the interior to talk about what I like and don't like about the interior. And lastly, we'll take it for a quick city drive. For the exterior, let's start with just the sheer size of this Lincoln. So when you approach it, it's absolutely huge, humongous. It's almost double the length of a normal sized vehicle. So let's start with the front. So one cool thing I found is that this grille, it's actually the same shape of the Lincoln logo right here. So this kind of honeycomb grille, it has the same shape as the logo. And also the color on this car is also super beautiful. It's this metallic dark red. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but looks absolutely gorgeous under the sun. As you can see, it's glittering under the lights. And now straight in the front, it has very nice presence to it compared to its competitors like the Mercedes GLS 450 or the Cadillac Escalade. I feel like this car, the Navigator, just has much more presence because of its size. So now walking to the side, it has a four-door design, but it's extremely long. As I said in the intro, it's almost twice as long as most normal cars or even SUVs. So to the side, you can see there's a Navigator logo right here. And also what I really like about the side is these massive alloy wheels. It looks like a turbine fan, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Now walking to the back, we have this giant rear LED light just all across the rear. And the rear design is pretty simple. It just has a Lincoln logo right in the center, and not sure why that is moving, but okay. It has a Lincoln logo in the back, and that's pretty much it. And overall, I think this is a very clean and aesthetically pleasing design. So yeah, that's pretty much for the exterior, and let's go into the interior. So climbing into this car is actually quite hard because it's pretty high up. However, it has this when you open the door, it has this thing, the step, it extends out when you open the door, so makes it easier to climb up this extremely high car. So now in the inside, the material is extremely nice. So the owner of this car spec'd it with the similar colors to the exterior, so this kind of dark red, so all over the dashboard. And yeah, and also what I really like is this leather handle. So this handle, just you can grab on it when you're going to off-road, I guess, but I don't think anyone's going to off-road with this car. And right in front of you is this massive digital dash, and it's extremely clear. On the left, bottom left, you have the temperature. It says oil change soon, okay. And in the center you have the speed, and on the right you have your oil gauge. So extremely simple design, and The screen resolution is actually pretty nice. And also, the screen is a matte screen. It's not a glossy screen, so you won't have any glares when the sun is shining onto it. So now to the center. This is actually really cool. Center dash, the whole layout. So the first thing you'll know is that this doesn't have a gear shifter like a normal car. So actually, it has these buttons you can press to change different gears. And now to the AC control, it's pretty simple and elegantly laid out. So you have the volume knob. Oops. Sorry about that. And you also have the tune knob and all the normal things in here. And also in the middle, you have USB, USB-C, and wireless charging. So really nice. All right. Last about this steering wheel. The steering wheel is very nicely sized, and I really like this wood trim. I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's the same wood that's on the dashboard. So there's wood trim here, and yeah, this car is the interior is extremely spacious and very elegantly designed. And also this also have the optional speakers. So as you can see from these B-rolls, it's very nice. And now looking behind, there are 3 rows. Here, I'm just gonna hop up to the back real quick. So this is the second row. There are only 2 seats and it's extremely spacious. And the second row also have its own climate control, and it's very similar to the one that's in the front. Oh yeah, and one more thing. The second row also has this screen where you can play around with it. How do you open it? How do you turn it on? Oh yeah, one more thing is that this have a huge panoramic sunroof that stretches across the first 2 rows. Unfortunately for the back row passengers, they do not have this roof, so that's unfortunate. Here, I'm gonna go to the back row to see what it's like. So actually the back row is also pretty spacious. Other than the seat is slightly smaller because there are 3 seats rather than 2. But the headroom, here I'm gonna turn the camera. So the headroom, I still have a bunch of headroom. Also, I'm a 6 feet guy, so this is a very good amount of space in the back. That's pretty much it for the interior. So let's hop in the driver's seats and go for a drive. So let's go for a drive. So first thing, I'm going to talk real quick about the driving modes. So when you turn this knob, there are a lot of modes. So the first one is Excite, which is like kind of like sport mode. And the second one is Conservative, which is like saving fuel. There's an earth symbol on there. Normal mode, just normal. There's a 4-wheel drive mode. Slippery, deep conditions, these are for snow. And that's for slow climb, which is I think rock crawling or something, I don't know. So today we'll just put it in Excite because we're gonna be on normal road. So let's go. No one. Okay. So the first thing you'll notice when you're driving this car is how quiet it is inside. Actually, even before that, you realize how big this car is, because when you step in and you look right in front of you, you're literally looking down on the road and you're like literally above. And obviously the second thing, as I mentioned, will be how quiet this is. So this car is extremely insulated and gives you this extremely luxurious feel to it. Oh, there's something moving there. That's unfortunate. Anyways, so normal driving on these city roads It's like a normal car, but just slightly bigger. It's luxurious, it's relaxing. So let me talk about how this drives. So first, the suspension. So it has a very soft ride, which contributes to the luxurious nature of this car. Now let's talk about this engine. So this engine is a twin turbo V6 engine that has 450 horsepower and 510 pound-feet of torque. And even though this car is weighing at 6,100 pounds, this car can go from 0 to 60 in 5.4 seconds, which is extremely impressive for a car of this size. Okay, let's do a quick pull, full throttle. Oh, it actually doesn't feel that quick at all. But like you can just see the speedometer just keep climbing up. We're now flooring it at 50. Yeah, it just climbs up. The numbers just climbs up so quickly, but you barely feel anything. So you might feel a little bit of you being pushed back, but other than that, the car is extremely smooth, and you're basically just going forward. And now let's check out how it turns. So how to change lane. So change lane, no car. It actually has very little body roll, surprisingly, for this size, the car of this size. So let's do that again, no car. Yeah, it's the ride is extremely compliant, and the chassis itself is very, you can drive it with confidence, basically. So now put it back in normal mode. So the gear will drop down. It will drop down a few gears. So it will be pretty quiet. Oh, and also this car is actually averaging 18 miles per gallon. That's pretty good for something that's 6,100 pounds. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention is this huge heads-up display. I'm not sure if you can see it because of how bright the road is, but there's a giant heads-up display. So in the center, you have your speed, and then right next to the speed on the right side, you have the speed limit, and right next to that, you have your range. And right now it says 240 miles, 239 miles. And on the left side, you have your temperature on the outside, and also all the way on the left, you can see a clock. So this heads-up display is extremely nice and extremely clear, and also gives you a lot of information that you need. U-turn, turning radius. Oh no. Oh wait, it's actually really doable. That's surprising. Okay. So as you can see, it's totally, you can totally do a U-turn very comfortably, as long as you have a 2-lane road on the other side. Flooring it in normal mode. I think it just took longer to have the engine to kick down to the lower gears, but other than that, it's pretty similar in my opinion. So now I'm putting back to sport mode. Okay, what if I use the paddles? 6th gear, 5th gear, 4th gear, 3rd gear, 2nd? Okay, 3rd gear. Oh, that kicked down to 2nd. Yo, this is so smooth. Yeah. Basically, you don't really feel the acceleration other than just like going straight back to your seats. But because of the suspension tuning. You don't feel any of the roads imperfections, so the G-forces probably doesn't feel as much G-forces like laterally compared to all the other cars. Oh, and also one more thing, when you get up to like 60 miles an hour, you do hear some wind noise, and that's because this car is extremely big and is basically, there's barely any aerodynamics. Just like look in front, it's literally a box. It's like slightly better than a G-Wagon, but this is basically a box. So compared to some of the competitors, so I've driven a Range Rover Evoque, and I did a video on that, so you can check it out right here. So compared to that car, this car is obviously more powerful, but I think the ride quality on that car and like the insulation is slightly better than this car, because like in that car you literally don't feel what speed you're going, and in that video I literally said if you're going at 110 you feel like you're literally going 40 miles an hour. So but this one you can feel it because of the wind noise. You can just get more and more wind noise the faster you go. However, the interior is definitely on par with the Range Rover, or even the maybe it's slightly worse than the new Mercedes interior, based like on the GLE. But overall, for an American luxury car, I think this is definitely the pinnacle of American make luxury car. So that pretty much wraps up this video. As always, if you like this video, please hit the like button, and if you want to see more of these review / POV driving video, please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate that. And as always, drive safe, have fun, see you guys next time.